researchers have developed an inverse vaccine that reverses the damage caused when the immune system mistakenly attacks the body's healthy organs and tissues in autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis, type 1 diabetes and rheumatoid arthritis. The inverse vaccine removes the immune system's memory of one molecule, which, when fighting pathogens, would be undesirable but, in the context of autoimmune diseases, may prove to be a cure. The inverse vaccine is more specific than current immunosuppressant drugs, which block the entire immune system. The inverse vaccine works by exploiting the liver's natural mechanism of marking molecules from broken down cells with a do not attack flag. The researchers coupled an antigen with a molecule resembling a fragment of an aged cell, so the liver recognized it as a friend rather than an enemy. The inverse vaccine was able to reverse the symptoms of MS-like disease in mice. Phase 1 clinical trials are underway to evaluate the safety of the treatment in people with multiple sclerosis. The inverse vaccine is a promising new treatment for autoimmune diseases. It is more specific than current immunosuppressant drugs and has the potential to reverse the damage caused by autoimmune diseases. Neuralink, a brain chip implant company founded by Elon Musk, is recruiting for its first-in-human clinical trial. The trial will aim to evaluate the safety and functionality of Neuralink's brain-computer interface, BCI, in people with paralysis. To be eligible for the trial, participants must have quadriplegia due to spinal cord injury or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, and be at least 1 year post-injury. The trial is expected to take 6 years with constant monitoring. Neuralink's BCI is designed to be implanted in the skull and record and transmit brain signals wirelessly to an app that decodes movement intention. The initial goal of the BCI is to grant people the ability to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. Neuralink has received approval from the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, to conduct the trial. The company hopes that its BCI will one day help people with a broad range of disabilities, including paralysis, communication disorders, and vision loss. For the first time, scientists have successfully produced full-length spider silk fibers using genetically modified silkworms. The silk has high strength and toughness, and has the potential to provide a scalable, sustainable and better quality alternative to current synthetic fibers like nylon. The researchers focused on a small silk protein from Araneus ventricusis, an orb-weaving spider found in East Asia, using CRISPR-Cas9. The MIS protein was inserted into the silkworm's DNA in place of the gene that codes for the silkworm's primary silk protein. The scientists were able to also achieve localization with the gene successfully activated in the silkworm's DNA, without it interfering with any other aspects of the animal's natural silk production. The resulting fibers exceeded researchers' expectations, combing high tensile strength, 1,299 mPa, and toughness, 319 mjm3. The new fibers have broad commercial potential, including in smart materials for the military, aerospace technology, biomedical engineering and garments. The silk produced is 6 times tougher than the Kevlar used in bulletproof vests. Toyota has developed a new AI learning approach that massively accelerates how quickly robots can acquire new skills. The approach, called diffusion policy, is based on large language models, LLMs, like ChatGPT, but instead of being trained on text, it is trained on physics-based simulations of robots performing tasks. Toyota has used diffusion policy to train robots to perform a wide range of tasks, including using a knife to put spread on bread, flipping pancakes, peeling potatoes, rolling out dough, and spreading sauce on pizza. Toyota says that it will have hundreds of tasks under control and over 1,000 tasks by the end of 2024. Toyota is developing a large behavior model, LBM, based on diffusion policy, that will allow robots to learn new tasks even more quickly and easily. The LBM will be able to generalize across tasks and objects, and it will be able to adapt to dynamic, real-world interruptions and unexpected outcomes. This is a significant breakthrough in robot learning, and it has the potential to revolutionize the way that robots are used in manufacturing, logistics, and other industries. A new implant that produces oxygen to feed on board islet cells is being developed as a treatment for diabetes. The implant contains a proton exchange membrane that splits water vapor into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen harmlessly diffuses, while the oxygen goes into a storage chamber in the implant. A thin, permeable membrane in that chamber then allows the oxygen to flow through to the chamber containing the islet cells. A small voltage is required to trigger the water vapor splitting action, which can be wirelessly relayed from an external magnetic coil to an antenna in the implant. In tests performed on diabetic mice, a full oxygen-generating version of the device was able to keep the mice's blood sugar levels under control for 2 weeks, while a non-oxygenated version did not. Plans now call for tests to be performed on larger animals, followed by clinical trials on humans. It is hoped that the technology could also be utilized to produce other types of therapeutic proteins for the treatment of other conditions. Agility Robotics is building a 70,000 sq ft factory in Salem, Oregon, which will have the capacity to produce more than 10,000 units per year of the company's digit humanoid robot. The factory will be called RoboFab and is set to open later this year, with customer deliveries expected to begin in 2024. Agility expects to build hundreds of digit humanoids in its first year and scale up from there. Digit is a 175 centimeter tall, 5'9" in tall bipedal robot, weighing around 65 kilograms. 141 pounds. It can carry loads up to 16 kilograms, 35 pounds, in a pair of claw-like gripper hands, and it charges itself autonomously to theoretically stay on duty for 16 hours out of 24. Digit will be used to move boxes and totes around Agility's own factory and those of its early customers. Next, the company hopes to get it loading and unloading trucks. This is a significant development in the field of robotics, and it has the potential to revolutionize the way that work is done in many industries. Sublime Systems has developed a new technology to produce cement without any carbon emissions. The technology is based on electrolysis, which uses electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is released into the atmosphere, and the hydrogen is used to produce calcium hydroxide, which is the main ingredient in cement. The Sublime process can use a variety of different feedstocks, including low-grade limestone, silica, magnesium, iron, and aluminum. The process takes place at room temperature, so there is no need for a combustion furnace or electric heating. Sublime cement has been certified under the ASTM C1157 standard, which is a performance-based standard that does not require the use of Portland cement. Sublime is currently building a demonstration plant that will have a capacity of 25,000 tons per year. The company hopes to have its first full-size commercial plant in operation by 2027-28. Researchers have discovered that an intranasal immunotherapy drug, currently being tested as a treatment for multiple sclerosis, reduced brain inflammation and improved cognition in mice with Alzheimer's disease, independent of the amount of beta-amyloid plaques present. The drug, anti-CD3, is a monoclonal antibody that works by suppressing the immune response. The researchers found that anti-CD3 increased the number of regulatory T cells in the periphery, which then migrated to the brain to dampen microglial activation and reduce neuroinflammation. Anti-CD3 also improved cognition in both males and females, independent of beta-amyloid accumulation. The researchers believe that anti-CD3 could be a promising treatment for people in the later stages of Alzheimer's, when anti-amyloid therapies are no longer effective. They plan to conduct further experiments in animal models before moving to human trials. Aerolus is developing a modular jet design that can be configured to perform a wide variety of missions, from training pilots to conducting intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR). The jet is based on a common core fuselage, CCF, with integrated modular avionics, into which a dizzying array of modular, interchangeable parts can be fitted. This modularity allows Aerolus to offer a wide range of aircraft capabilities, with vastly reduced procurement, certification, maintenance, and training costs. Aerolus is working with a number of partners, including Honeywell, Thales, Rolls-Royce, and Siemens to develop the jet. The company has received around $13 million in investment from a Middle Eastern sovereign wealth fund and has won multiple contracts with the UK Ministry of Defence. Airless is aiming to have first variant prototypes commencing flight tests in mid-2025 and type certification and first customer deliveries in mid-2026.